Hello, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I'm back in the shed and it is absolutely freezing. So I've got a little heater just to the side of me just to try and warm it up a little bit. So I don't know if you can hear it or not, but that might be the noise that you can hear. But on this video, I'm going to be talking about the fixed zig rig. I'm going to show you how I tie mine up, how I connect them to the main line, and different ways you can present a hook bait on it. So here we go. So to start off with, I'm going to get ourselves some zig line. This is £10 zig line I'm using here. So we won't cut none off yet. Right, so just your normal hair rig. I'm going to tie a little loop just in the end of it. And then get yourself some zig foam. Cut a piece of that off. Now you can get all different colours, all different sizes of zig foam. So a black one is quite a popular one to use. I think a lot of people have got their own different opinions on the black foam, but it's unbelievable how many fish it does catch. Some people say obviously that when the fish are looking up at it and it's a clear sky, it stands out more than a coloured bit of foam would. Or some people think that it just, to a carp, will look like a natural food to them, like a tadpole or something. So most of the time I will normally cut just a little section out of it to give it a little odd shape. So I will put my foam onto the hair rig just like that, with a little section cut out of that end where the hook's going to go. Just stick a boilie stop in the end of it. So majority of the time, if I'm using a black bit of foam, I'll just stick a different colour boilie stop on the end, just for something a bit visual. If the fish are coming from above it, then it's just another thing to stand out for them to see. So then you'll pull off your thick zig line to the length you want to start fishing. Now this all depends on where you think the fish are going to be in the water column. So it's quite hard to find out sometimes. But for this, to show you how to tie it, I'm just going to do it about 3 foot. Right, so now we're going to slide our hook on. I've gone just for a little size 12 floater claw hook for this one. But we're just going to pull that up, just so it sits in that little section that you've trimmed off. And we'll tie that on. Right, so when you've cast that out, that zig is just going to be sitting there with that little bit of foam popped up and that hook just sitting at an angle on the side of it. So yeah, you could fish that with just the foam and the hook coming off the hook link, or you can put a little kicker on there just to hold that foam right up and give that hook a nice aggressive angle. So on the other end of the hook link, I'm just going to put on an anti-tangle sleeve. Just push that on and then get the length you want to try for your hook link and just tie a big loop in the end of it. So a nice large loop like that. Don't know if you can see that. It's quite a thin line. And then, like all the other rigs, just cut that little tag end off. And just bring that anti-tangle sleeve back down to this end. So now I'll show you how I get that onto my main line ready to fish. Right, so I've got the main line coming off the end of the rod. And then what I put on there, it's just a lead clip and tubing and either a swivel or a quick change swivel. So if you've just got a normal swivel on there, you can just loop to loop your zig rig on there every time, or with a quick change swivel, obviously just clip it on and you're away fishing. So what I'll do then is I'll get my zig rig, I'll go down to that end with the loop and the anti-tangle sleeve. we'll get our main line, we'll put that loop onto the quick change swivel, push on that anti-tangle sleeve and just get it all the way over that. So you'll be left with that. So if you're fishing and your fixed zig rig is quite long, then if you've got the room in your swim behind you, just lay the hook bait down on the floor or put it on a bucket lid or something just to stop it catching anything as you're casting it out. And then as long as you're happy that that rig is all untangled, then you can just turn yourself away from it. Try not to worry about that zig rig tangling too much. I know they can tangle easy, but if you just lay it down behind you nicely, you know it's like tangle free. So then you can just look to where you want to be casting to, give it a nice cast out, and then watch it as it's going through the air, and just before it's going to hit the water, just trap the line coming off the reel so it tightens everything up and throws that zig forward in front of the lead. So the lead will hit the water first and then the zig will follow down behind it, and it should be tangle free. And with that anti-tangle sleeve on it, that's just going to keep everything away from that lead, because all this can't move around to it. So as long as that's going out and you trap that line, as you trap the line before it hits the water, that's going to stop and it's going to throw everything the other side of it. So that lead's going to go down first and your zig foam's going to follow down behind it, and that should be sitting there perfectly. So yeah, that is as easy as it gets really. So that is how you set it up. And then basically you've just got to work on finding different depths by tying different length zig rigs, and just play about with the most important part is the actual hook bait. So when it comes to zig fishing, there's a big variety of different hook baits I like using, and not only different hook baits but different ways of using them. So you can use just a straight bit of foam on the hook link. That has caught me loads of fish in the past. You can use the zig aligners, which it's basically just the anti-tangle sleeve on the hook with a little loop on it, and you can put your different coloured foams onto them. So you can buy them in a variety of different colours. You can swap and change with different foams on different zig aligner. So you can also buy a different size and colour little foam balls. They're perfect for sitting up on the zigs. You can get them with different colours on the bottom so the fish can see the dark showing up on the light from underneath it, and light different bright colours on the top so they can see it from above. So another one, a good one you can use is all the different plastic baits you can buy, like your fake baits, your fake sweet corns, your fake maize, your fake maggots. As long as that's got enough buoyancy to hold that hook link up, then they're perfect for the job. So another thing I like doing when I'm presenting them is, as well as fishing them up that way, you can fish them sideways like a little barrel as well, the little zig foam. And how I like to do that is I will put it on my hook link. If you just put it on there that way, and then just get the foam, and on one side of it just cut a little tiny slice out the side of it, and then just bend that slice round and push it over the top of the hook. So when you're fishing with that, it's actually sitting on the hook. And you can use that with bigger bits of foam as well. So it's just something different. I think I've seen something before when they said about how carp react to zigs, is when it's sitting mid-water, they see it and they want to know what it is. But they're not like us. They can't go and sort of have have a feel of it and touch it. They've got no hands. So the only way they're going to figure out what that is by putting it in their mouth. And 9 times out of 10, once that goes in their mouth, it's only coming out when the fish is on the bank and you're taking it out. So it can be a deadly way of catching a lot of fish quickly. So once you've found the depths of where them fish are and you've started catching a few, your job to do then is not only to just keep catching them, but to keep them fish there so you can get as many as you can as quick as you can. And the way I like to do that is using different spod syrups, getting all that different flavour in the water, getting a nice cloud out there. And the one I like using is the upper layer from Nash. That puts a nice white cloud drifting through all the water column, and it just drives them fish mad and keeps them mooching around finding anything to eat. And then the last thing I like doing is don't just fish with your foam on your zigs. You can use pop-ups. I like to use nice small pop-ups as well on mine. Get them in some glugs, get them in some of the plume juice. Just get any sort of attraction on that hook bait that you can, and you're sure to catch a few fish. So that's my video for today. So get out there, give it a go, and get them zigs out. And don't forget to keep me updated in the comments with any fish you catch. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.